Today, the Earth's heartbeat has settled at a calm power 14. Just that, power 14. Quiet, gentle, almost unnoticeable unless you know how to listen. But don't let that fool you. Don't mistake quiet for emptiness and stillness for inaction. Because stillness, when you really tune into it, isn't the absence of movement. It's the space where movement is born. The calm before a new wave. The sacred hush before transformation begins to rise. You might feel it, not on the surface, but somewhere deeper, beneath the to-do lists, behind the noise of social feeds, and beneath the ever-churning mental chatter. A kind of quiet calling, not loud, not demanding, just present and persistent, as if something ancient and wise is brushing against your awareness, whispering, "Pay attention. Something is shifting." What you're sensing isn't just a mood or a fleeting feeling. It's part of something bigger, something cosmic. Right now, the Earth herself is vibrating with a soft, low-frequency resonance. Scientists call it the Schumann Resonance, named after physicist Winfried Otto Schumann, who discovered this naturally occurring electromagnetic pulse that hums between the Earth's surface and the ionosphere. It's like the Earth's own heartbeat. And just like our own hearts speed up and slow down, depending on what we're feeling, thinking, or experiencing, so does the planet. And today, her heartbeat is soft, still. Power 14. Now here's where things get interesting. Because when the Earth's frequency drops like this, when it quiets to a gentle pulse, something subtle but powerful begins to happen. Not just out there in nature, but in you, in all of us. These are the moments when everything external slows down just enough for the internal world to stir, like when a lake becomes still and suddenly reflects the sky with perfect clarity. On days like this, your inner landscape becomes more reflective, more transparent. The veil between the conscious and the subconscious, the physical and the energetic, becomes almost translucent. On days like this, the whispers become clearer, the subtle messages from your soul easier to hear. It's as if the universe itself is pausing, tuning its frequency to speak directly to your inner world. So I want to ask you, what is being activated in you right now? What quiet awakenings are stirring beneath the surface? Take a moment to feel into that. And if you're moved, share how you're feeling in the comments below. Let's create a space where we can listen to these sacred shifts together. And if you want to stay connected to these cosmic updates, make sure to subscribe, because there's so much more unfolding just beneath the surface. And here's something truly fascinating, something that most people miss when they first start tuning into the Earth's resonance. When we hear about the Schumann Resonance spiking, those days when it rockets up to power 40, 50, or even beyond, our collective attention perks up. It's dramatic, it's bold, it feels like something big is happening. And yes, on those high-frequency days, it is intense. The energy is like lightning. It shakes things up, stirs the pot, wakes us from our slumber. But here's the deeper truth, the more nuanced wisdom, the real magic. It's in the quiet, the transformation that doesn't roar, but whispers. These low-frequency days, like today, power 14, aren't just a lull in the action. They are the sacred pause. They are the gentle, invisible threshold where sensitivity is heightened and the soul's ears open wide. While the world may be quiet on the surface, there's a deep and ancient music playing underneath it all. A symphony only the sensitive can hear. And who are the ones who hear it first? It's the empaths, the healers, the intuitives, the starseeds, the ones who've always felt like they were tuned to a different station, like they're picking up signals from somewhere else. People who walk through the world with their energy fields open, their hearts exposed, their senses just a little sharper than most. If that's you, you know what I mean. You've probably felt something shifting already today, even if you didn't have a word for it. A sense that something unseen is brushing up against your life, that something deeper is knocking. On low-frequency days like this, the veil doesn't lift with a flash of light or a bolt of thunder. It thins like mist in the morning, softly, silently, until you realize you can suddenly see more than you could before. You feel things more acutely. You dream more vividly. You remember things that didn't come from your memory, but from your lineage. You catch yourself crying at a song you've heard 100 times, or pausing mid-thought as if something ancient just passed through you. That's not your imagination. That's energy. This is the terrain of deep inner work. Shadow work especially becomes not just possible, but gently supported on days like this. When the earth softens her frequency, the ego loosens its grip. The mental noise begins to quiet just enough for you to hear the stories running beneath your thoughts. The ones you inherited, the ones you buried, the ones you've outgrown but haven't let go of yet. And in this stillness, you're invited to meet those parts of yourself not with judgment, but with compassion. That ache in your chest, that sudden memory from childhood, that strange fatigue that came out of nowhere, even though you slept fine. Those aren't malfunctions. They're signals. Your soul responding to the earth's silent call. Your body syncing with the great pulse of the planet, which today is beating slowly, steadily, and tenderly. Have you felt unusually tired today? Like your body just wants to rest, even though you have a million things to do? That's the earth inviting you to slow down enough for your spirit to catch up. Maybe you've noticed moments of unexpected peace, where you just stare out the window, lost in thought, feeling nothing and everything all at once. That's presence. That's your awareness slipping between the cracks of time, finding itself again in the breath between moments. Or maybe you've experienced the opposite, a wave of emotion crashing through you with no clear cause, tears rising in your eyes while you're brushing your teeth, or a lump in your throat while you're standing in line at the grocery store. These are not accidents. These are the subtle waves of an earth frequency that's calling something up from deep inside you. An old grief, a buried hope, a truth you've been waiting to speak. You don't need to name it. You don't need to explain it. You just need to honor it. Because these experiences, these symptoms of low-frequency resonance are not problems to fix. They are sacred signs. They are spiritual feedback. They are the soul's way of saying, I hear the earth, and I am listening too. Even your dreams may feel different during times like this. More vivid, more symbolic, more charged with messages that don't quite make logical sense, but leave you waking up with a sense of knowing you can't quite put into words. That's your subconscious tuning into the space between dimensions. It's ancestral, it's cosmic, it's deeply personal. You may find yourself dreaming of people who've passed on, of lands you've never visited, or versions of yourself that feel both strange and familiar. Don't dismiss them. These are soul downloads. You're being given access to a deeper library of wisdom, one that's not bound by time, culture, or identity. The low hum of Earth's frequency today doesn't come to disrupt, but to dissolve. To dissolve the noise, to dissolve the distractions, to dissolve the walls we've built inside ourselves to keep the world out and our true selves locked in. And it's so easy to miss, because in a society trained to only respond to what's loud, fast, and visible, this kind of stillness can feel like nothing. But it's not nothing. It's everything. It's the womb space of rebirth, the deep ocean where soul meets self. The silence before the sacred yes arises. So if today feels strange, if you find yourself emotional, reflective, unmotivated, or even just off, know that you are not alone. You are not broken. You are not lazy. You are in tune. You are syncing with the slow, sacred rhythm of a planet that is asking less of your performance and more of your presence. Let yourself feel. Let yourself soften. Let yourself wonder what's ready to be seen, held, healed, or simply loved in you today. This is not a detour from your path. This is the path, and it's lined with signs, not loud ones, but quiet ones, sacred ones, the kind that lead you home. There's a sacred rhythm to everything, to your breath, to the seasons, to the rise and fall of tides, the waxing and waning of the moon. Nothing in this universe is constantly active, not even the stars. And right now, the Earth, through her gentle power 14 resonance, is reminding us that rest isn't just necessary, it's divine. We're in what you could call cosmic rest mode, a phase that might feel still, even a little heavy, but it's not stagnation. It's integration. It's the sacred pause between heartbeats, the moment of breath before a new surge of energy moves through the collective. Think of it like the universe exhaling, and now, in this moment, slowly drawing in the next inhale. And when the universe inhales, we're invited to do the same. Not to push, not to produce, not to chase, but to receive. This is not the time for force. This is not the time for figuring it all out or making big moves just to prove to yourself that you're progressing. This is the moment before the movement, the dream before the awakening, the still water that holds the reflection of all that is about to become. Can you feel it? The way everything around you seems to be whispering, slow down, come inside, rest here. Maybe it feels uncomfortable at first. Maybe your mind is still looking for something to do, something to fix, something to plan. We've been conditioned to believe that worth is measured in productivity, and that if we're not doing, we must be falling behind. But that's just noise. The deeper truth is this: even the universe rests, even the earth sleeps, even light knows how to pause before it bends. This phase, this beautifully subtle resonance, is a cosmic reminder that you're allowed to stop striving. You're allowed to be in between. You're allowed to soften into the arms of a universe that is not asking you to perform right now, but to listen, to integrate, to allow the upgrades moving through your energy field to actually land. Because yes, there are energetic upgrades happening, even when you don't feel them, even when your physical world looks the same. Your nervous system is adjusting to new frequencies. Your cells are communicating in a different vibration. Your spiritual body is recalibrating after weeks or months of high-intensity emotional waves and inner work. So, of course, you feel tired. Of course, things feel a little blurry. Of course, you're not rushing to the next big decision. You're not meant to. This isn't the sprint. This is the breath before the leap. What if, instead of resisting this stillness, you welcomed it? What if you allowed yourself to stop trying to be somewhere else in your journey and instead honored exactly where you are, right now, in this moment of rest, of absorption, of sacred waiting? Ask yourself honestly, are you allowing yourself to slow down? Are you giving yourself permission to step out of the noise of expectation and into the grace of simply being? Can you trust this phase even when there's no visible proof of progress? Can you believe, even in the quiet, that something beautiful, is taking shape beneath the surface of your awareness. This is the inhale, the receiving, the time when the soil is resting so the roots can go deeper. And it's not empty, it's full of unseen movement. There are things being rewired in you, recalibrated, rebalanced. Emotions you've buried are gently surfacing so they can be released. Visions you once doubted are returning, asking to be seen with new eyes. Even your body, yes, your physical body, is shifting how it holds energy, how it reacts to pressure, how it wants to move, eat, love, and live. This is all part of the process. It's not a detour. It's not wasted time. It's the still point that allows all movement to realign. You might notice you crave more sleep lately, that your dreams are richer, or that you're waking up between 3 and 5 a.m. for no reason, that your muscles feel sore even though you didn't work out, or your skin is more sensitive, or your emotions are right at the surface, ready to spill over from the smallest thing. You might not have words for what's shifting in you, but that doesn't mean the shift isn't real. The soul doesn't need language to grow. It just needs space. And that's what today's energy is offering. Space, stillness, a blank canvas for your consciousness to paint something new on. Not by force, not by ambition, but by presence. Let yourself melt into this rest phase. Let the breath be enough. Let the pause be sacred. Trust that when the next energetic surge comes, and it will, you will be ready. Not because you pushed through, but because you allowed yourself to fully receive the nourishment that rest provides. There is great power in this softness. There is wisdom in this quiet. The world may not applaud your inner work right now, but the universe sees it. And more importantly, your soul feels it. You are integrating more than you know, becoming more than you can see, and preparing, slowly and beautifully, for what is coming next. If you allow yourself to soften into this stillness, really soften, not just physically, but spiritually, you might start to notice something beautiful, something subtle yet unmistakable. A quiet voice rising up from within, one that has always been there, waiting patiently beneath the layers of noise and distraction. It's your soul. Today, with the earth resonating so gently, so humbly at Power 14, you are being given a sacred invitation, an open doorway to reconnect with your truest self. Not the version of you that the world sees, not the one that performs or achieves or pushes, but the part of you that simply is. The eternal you, the timeless spark that has walked through lifetimes and galaxies and still remembers the language of stars. This is the moment when that voice becomes clear. Not loud, not dramatic, but unmistakably real. Today's calm resonance is more than just a frequency measurement. It's an energetic sanctuary, a rare space where the static of the outer world fades just enough for your inner guidance to be heard without interruption. Think of it this way. On most days, we're swimming through layers of interference, social noise, mental chatter, emotional baggage, constant alerts, and to-do lists. But today, that interference has quieted. It's as if the earth herself has taken a long, deep breath and is holding that breath in sacred pause, waiting for you to lean in close enough to hear. In this stillness, what becomes possible is profound. This is the moment when your intuition, the quiet compass you've always carried, starts pointing clearly again. The divine wisdom encoded in your cells starts to stir. And the messages that your higher self, your ancestors, your guides have been trying to deliver, they finally have room to land. The energy today is not about output. It's not about fixing or achieving or manifesting. It's about remembering who you really are when all the labels fall away, remembering what matters to you, not in theory, but in truth. Remembering the dreams you shelved, the feelings you buried, the guidance you ignored because life was too loud for you to trust it. You don't have to go far to receive these messages. You just have to go inward. Maybe you feel called to sit outside for a while, barefoot on the grass, letting the earth speak to you through the breeze or the sunlight filtering through the leaves. Maybe you feel drawn to close your eyes and just follow your breath, not trying to change it, just feeling it, letting each inhale bring you deeper into your body and each exhale carry away the weight you no longer need to carry. Or maybe you find yourself holding a pen, writing down thoughts that don't feel like yours, yet ring with so much truth they bring tears to your eyes. These are downloads, messages from your soul, from your higher self, from the vast field of consciousness that's been waiting for a quiet moment to reach you. And if you need a sign, ask your guides, your angels, your ancestors, or simply the universe to show you something today. A symbol, a word, a moment of clarity, and then be open. Because in this stillness, the signs don't scream, they shimmer. A bird landing near your window, a line from a book that suddenly hits different, a song that randomly plays and says exactly what your heart needed to hear. This is how the divine speaks in days like this, gently, lovingly, precisely. Here's a mystical truth. In the quiet, the earth is whispering directly to your DNA. Let that sink in. This frequency isn't just resonating around you. It's resonating through you. It's moving through your cells, activating dormant codes of remembrance, reawakening ancient wisdom that's been sleeping inside your being. You might not understand it with your mind, but your body knows, your heart knows, your soul knows. Somewhere deep within, you know things you've forgotten, truths that you once carried with clarity, callings that you buried under responsibility and doubt, visions that felt too big or too far away or too different from what others expected of you. And now, the silence is offering them back to you, not as demands, but as invitations. Invitations to remember, to trust, to realign. So I want to ask you a question, a real question, one that doesn't need an immediate answer, but deserves your full attention. What do you know deep down that you've been too busy to hear? Take a breath and let that question ripple through you, not to analyze it, but to feel it. Maybe the answer comes quickly, a truth you've been avoiding, or maybe it arrives slowly, like morning light creeping through your window. Either way, trust what arises. Because this stillness isn't just an external phenomenon. It's a reflection of what's being opened within you. You're not imagining this moment. You're not making it up. You're not too sensitive or overly emotional. You're awake. You're attuned. You're standing at the threshold of deeper awareness. And the earth is holding the door open for you. So lean in. Ask the questions that matter. Listen for the answers that don't come in words, but in knowing. Let your breath become your anchor, your heart become your compass, and your soul become the speaker of a truth that only you can hear. Because on days like this, when the world goes quiet, the soul finally gets to speak. As the stillness settles more deeply into your field today, you might start noticing things you can't quite explain. Subtle shifts, strange sensations, waves of emotion that rise and fall without warning. This is where the journey becomes even more mystical, even more personal. Because even on low Schumann days like this one, the body doesn't sleep through the energy. It listens, it absorbs, it transforms. And right now, many of us are feeling it. not just in the emotional space, but in the physical, in the energetic, in the dimensional layers of who we are. You might not know the term Ascension symptoms, or maybe you've heard it and dismissed it as just spiritual jargon. But let me offer another way to look at it, because this isn't about labeling or diagnosis. It's about recognition, about honoring what your body and soul are telling you in a world that often tells you to ignore it. When the Earth's frequency shifts, even gently, like today, our light bodies begin to respond. The light body, that energetic template that surrounds and interweaves with your physical body, starts to activate in new ways. Old programs fall away, new codes awaken, and that shift isn't always comfortable. In fact, it often brings what we now call Ascension symptoms, not because something is wrong with you, but because something is being rewired within you. Have you felt pressure in your forehead lately? A tightness, a buzz, a slight throbbing that seems to come and go right between your eyes? That's not a random headache. That's your third eye opening, your pineal gland responding to subtle energetic light frequencies that are gently urging you to see beyond the surface. It's like a soft knocking on the inner door, asking you to tune in, rather than look out, to perceive with more than just your eyes. Maybe you've felt sudden waves of fatigue, like your whole body just wants to lie down, even though you slept just fine. Or maybe the opposite, surges of energy moving through you, making you feel wired or restless for no obvious reason. This too is part of the shift. Your nervous system is recalibrating. Your electromagnetic field is integrating light, filtering out density, and it takes a lot more energy than we realize. Some of you may be experiencing emotional releases, old grief bubbling up, tears flowing for no reason, heart flutters that don't match the moment. You're not losing control, you're gaining clarity. These emotions aren't coming from the mind, they're rising from the body, from the cellular memory, from timelines collapsing and karmic weight being dissolved. And if time has felt strange lately, like it's moving too fast or too slow, or both at the same time, you're not imagining that either. This sense of temporal distortion is a common marker of dimensional recalibration. You're slipping, moment by moment, out of the linear framework and into a more fluid, multidimensional awareness. Sometimes it feels like an hour has passed in 5 minutes. Other times, a single afternoon can feel like a week. This is your consciousness adjusting to higher timelines. Even your senses might be dialed up without warning. Sounds seem louder, lights seem sharper. Crowded places suddenly feel overwhelming. It's not anxiety, it's sensitivity. You're tuning into more of the vibrational field around you, picking up frequencies that were always there, but now you're awake to them. The veil between worlds is thinner. Your energy body knows this, and it's recalibrating how much input it can process at once. So if all of this sounds familiar, if you're nodding right now, or wiping away a tear, or wondering why your body's been acting like it's going through something you can't explain, please know this: you are not broken. You are being rewired. This is not malfunction. This is metamorphosis. It's the shedding of density, the dissolving of distortion, the integration of higher light. Your body is catching up to your soul. Your cells are remembering how to hold more light, more truth, more authenticity. And that's no small task. So be gentle with yourself, truly gentle. Hydrate more than usual. Your body needs water to move energy. Rest without guilt. Stillness is not laziness, it's sacred realignment. Let yourself lie down in the middle of the day if you need to. Let the tears come. Let the yawns stretch wide. Let the body speak, and don't rush to silence it. And journal. Write it down. Even if it doesn't make sense, especially if it doesn't make sense. Put your experiences onto paper and let them live outside your body for a while. You might find clarity in the patterns. You might see messages forming. You might start to recognize that the things you thought were just random symptoms are actually signposts, indicators that you are becoming something new. Walk barefoot. Let your skin touch the earth. Feel the vibration beneath your feet. It's real. It's alive. The earth is your ally in this journey, not just the backdrop of your life. She is guiding you through these shifts as surely as she guides the tides. And remember, this isn't happening to you. It's happening for you. You're not being broken down. You're being broken open into greater presence, into deeper truth, into the version of yourself that is no longer willing to live a half-life or walk a path built on someone else's expectations. You are being asked to live as your whole self now. So if you feel different today, more tired, more sensitive, more alive, more emotional, let that be okay. Let that be sacred. Let that be a sign that your soul is, in fact, listening, that the stillness is working, that the earth's quiet frequency is awakening something ancient and luminous within you. You don't need to understand it all. You just need to honor it. So here we are, not at the end of a message, but in the middle of something sacred. Today, as the Schumann Resonance rests in that soft, steady rhythm, the earth isn't sleeping. She's holding you, holding all of us. In this rare and beautiful stillness, she offers a space to breathe deeper, to feel more honestly, and to come back to what's real beneath all the noise. This quiet day is not just a break in the pattern. It's not a lull in the storm. It's the eye of divine transformation. It's the part of the journey where the light isn't blinding and the road isn't racing ahead. It's the calm center, the fertile pause, the space where integration becomes possible, where the body and the soul finally meet without pressure, where truth has a chance to echo through the silence and return to you as knowing. So don't rush to fill this day. Don't chase distractions to avoid what might rise up. Let it rise. Let the softness of this frequency wrap around you like a warm wind, so gentle you barely notice it at first, yet powerful enough to carry centuries of stories back home to your heart. This is a moment to anchor, to root yourself deeper in presence, to honor your breath, to remember that your journey is not linear. It's spiral, it's sacred, it's made of both movement and rest, expansion and integration. You are not falling behind. You're syncing with something older, wiser, and far more intelligent than anything the modern world could ever quantify. And so, right now, as you listen and feel, wherever you are, take a breath with me. Let it be slow. Let it be real. Let it be yours. And as you breathe, hold this affirmation close to your heart, not just as words, but as a truth your soul already knows. I receive the wisdom hidden in the silence. I trust the stillness. I awaken through the quiet pulse of the earth. Say it again if you need to. Whisper it. Write it down. Let it ripple through your being. Because the silence today is not empty. It's full of guidance, full of presence, full of love. So allow this stillness to be your teacher. Let it show you how to slow down without fear. Let it remind you that doing less is sometimes how we become more. Let it draw you inward, not as escape, but as return. Return to self. Return to source. Return to the part of you that already knows how to walk this path with grace, no matter how soft or strong the frequency becomes. You are not waiting for the shift. You are the shift. It's already within you. It's already happening. With every tear released, every breath received, every truth remembered. The earth is whispering, the energy is building. And the next wave, oh, it's coming. But for now, your only job is to listen. And I'd love to hear from you. Tell me in the comments, how are you feeling today? What has this stillness stirred within you? What messages have arrived in your quiet moments? If this message resonated with your soul, take a moment to subscribe so we can keep walking this journey together. There are more cosmic updates, more energetic reflections, more sacred transmissions to come. You are not alone in this. You are part of a much bigger remembering. Stay close, stay grounded, stay open. The next wave is already on its way, and when it comes, you'll be ready, because today you chose to listen.